Welcome to Strategic Management DB1001. My name is Dr. Pamela Harris, and I will be your instructor for this course. In this course, we're going to look at various aspects of strategic management and talk about how it got the label of being the hard skills in business management. You will learn how to manage a business proactively based on long-term strategies. So a lot of things we're going to cover in this class as it relates to business and strategic management. You'll learn the difference between aggressive and defensive business strategies. We will also take a look at the decision-making process. This is all a part of how companies and businesses function as a whole. So we're going to look at their business views in totality today. One of the things we look at is competitiveness today. So as we start to get into each of the chapters and the reading and lecture, we're going to look at how to incorporate competitive behavior and market movements into your decision making. So when we start looking at the process, we're going to determine the process as a whole. We're going to look at how things work, what actually happens. So for example, we're going to take a look at the principles of strategic management. The foundation of how strategic management works when it comes to business, even as it relates to our everyday decision making. It's always a good thing to look at that and look at what happens. And then we're going to look at some external principles. What are our competitors doing? How are our competitors sized up to what we have today? Because that's what gives us the competitive advantage. And some of the competitive strategies, there are numerous competitive strategies. And one of the things you have to look at is where we are today. What is your marketing mix? What is your competition? Because a lot of times we don't look and we just look in a small area and we don't look at who are our competitors, who are our competitors. We're going to take a look at the errors that management make because it's all a part of the learning process. When we talk about that, one of the things that I stress and I will stress in this course is learning objectives, learning by your mistakes. So a lot of times you'll hear me use the term best practices because sometimes you have to come up with a way of figuring out what works, what does not work. There's no cookie cutter way in addressing anything as it relates to strategic management. It all is based on what the organization has and how we look at it. Now, overall, this course will be taught from a management or a CEO perspective. Because that's who's running the company. That's who's looking for specific things. When you start looking at the business as a whole, management and the CEO and all of your upper level administrators are the ones that's doing the decision process. So it's a part of the whole thing to make sure they have all of the information that they need in order to take a look at how to manage the business. Okay, so we're going to explore mergers and acquisitions. We're going to talk about diversification, business groups, strategic alliances, and also corporate social responsibility. This is a huge piece. There you have about 3 chapters to just focus on corporate social responsibility. This is something that is becoming more and more common today. Especially with the world that we're living in where everything is based on technology. So marketing is now becoming more technical. So when we start looking at that, we're going to look at corporate social responsibility. And where does that fall in the whole strategic management process? So I am looking forward to working with all of you and making sure if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. You can stop me, send me an email or a phone call. Hope we're going to have a great experience, and I'll see you in the classroom.